Welcome to the Maria Liberati Show, where food meets art, travel, and life. So what does food mean to you? Well, this week my special guest is Anthony Bracco of Bracco Farms at Pine Island, New York. And Anthony is also a gardening and farming expert, and he's going to be giving us some tips on how to grow your own vegetables and garden. I know so many of you have been emailing me questions about doing that very thing, how to have your own herb garden and grow different types of vegetables. So Anthony is going to give us some tips, and he promised to send us some PDF booklets that you'll be able to download from the marialiberatishow.com website shortly as well. And also just want to mention that this Sunday, April 30th, I will be doing our first live broadcast of the Maria Liberati Show at the Philadelphia International Gala at the Overbrook Country Club in Villanova, Pennsylvania. And you can get tickets for this event. There will be some great food there, and I will be interviewing a lot of business and civic leaders there that are part of the organization. Philadelphia International promotes Italian culture and heritage and has lots of programs for that. So please join us. You can get tickets at the Philadelphia International website. And on May 7th, I will be hosting a 4-course Italian-themed wine pairing dinner at the Ridgewood Winery in Bechtelsville, Pennsylvania. And I will be preparing 4 courses to pair with some of their wines. And they do have some award-winning wines there. So please join us. You can get tickets. Registration is limited, but you can get tickets by going on to eventbrite.com for tickets for this event. Again, that is Sunday, May 7th from 1 to 4 p.m. Hope to see you there. And today my special guest is Anthony Bracco from Bracco Farms in Pine Island, New York. But Anthony does a lot of programs on growing your own and having your own hens for getting your own eggs, and just a whole bunch of really interesting topics. And now, it's spring, so we need to start getting things together. Anthony, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you, Maria. Thanks for having me this morning.
Yeah. So I know what the topic we were going to talk about is about the importance of people needing to be more self-sufficient, right?
Mm-hmm, that's correct. Especially
and can you start? I didn't mean to interrupt you, but can you start off with that statistic you just told me?
Yes. In the first half of the 20th century, from 1900 up until the end of World War II, 60% of the vegetables consumed by Americans in our country were grown by them in their own backyard gardens. That means our grandparents and great-grandparents relied heavily on their backyard garden for some sustenance, and actually almost more than 50% of their sustenance. And today, the percentage is 0.2% people rely on what they grow. So that has gone down. I mean, as Joel Salatin points out, we have 40 million acres of lawn in this country, and we have 42 million acres of wheat. So, we have 36 million acres of recreational horse pasture. So
oh my
this
gosh,
is where we're at. So it's about priorities. And I think now with things happening in this country and around the world, I think people are starting to really realize that, I have to do something, because I can't depend on anything. Could stop at any moment with all these train accidents and truck accidents. And you hear about all these fires and all these problems with the supply chain and such. I know we live in most of us live in this country in a temperate zone. We can't grow all year round unless we're fortunate enough to live in California or Florida or the southern states. Then we can do it. But for us people here in the Northeast, we have a window from April to October. So
Yes.
we should utilize that. And then what happens
Yes.
after October, we should be doing canning and jarring and preserving and drying and things like that, so that this way we can actually have some of what we grew through the winter.
Exactly. Or what I do is I have a grow light, which is really simple.
Mhm.
And if you have a spot in your house or a basement, you can use the grow light during, because I'm in the Northeast too,
Right.
and use the grow light. They're remarkable. So people don't realize it's really simple. It's just, like everything takes a little bit of time, but it's worth the time to invest.
Mhm.
So I guess my thing would be to tell people, especially those that have never, done anything like this before. I think people are just intimidated to get started because they just
Mhm.
don't know where to start. I mean, I grew up with this all my life. My grandparents were from Italy.
Mhm. As I did.
We always had that stuff growing everywhere, and they
Right.
were remarkable. It was like magic. They grew this stuff, that I just couldn't imagine how they did it, but they just knew how to do it. And they didn't have all the stuff that we have today. So, but for somebody that's never done anything, how do you get them to start, or what would you suggest?
There's so much material online. I think a great place to start is every state and every county has a USDA Ag Extension agent. And you usually go through into one of your state universities is usually where their website and their material will reside. In New
Yes,
Jersey, it's Rutgers University, and you would
yes,
go to the Rutgers website, and Cook College would be their ag college, and you would
yes,
just type in looking for your ag extension agent from the USDA. And in New York, we have Cornell. We do it out of Cornell. So when
yeah,
you go there, they have it all categorized, so you can find material on everything from gardening to if you want it to be an orchard grower growing trees, or you just wanted to grow bushes, raspberry, blueberries, whatever. They will divide it up into all different categories. Even if you just want to grow hay or you want to grow ornamental flowers, but they have such an amount of great reading material and great instructional material, and it's all free. It's all in PDF form. Many of them are a lot of booklets and pamphlets, and then you can always call your county agent and talk to them directly. They're readily available. It's a great service. We use
yeah.
ours all the time in Orange County. We call Middletown if we have a problem with anything we're growing. They'll come out and they'll see what it is. And
Uh-huh.
with gardeners, they do the same thing. They'll respond. I don't know if they'll come out to your garden, but they will respond and say, try this or try that, or this is a great source for seeds, or this is a great source for fertilizer and such.
Yes, yes. So that's really, yep, that's a great start. And I know in like in Pennsylvania we have Penn State University. They
Right,
have
Penn State is the one.
they have a agricultural, all this information online that
Mhm.
you can get a lot of information. There's even, if you're in their area, a lot of these places have classes online, or you can go to classes in wherever you're out in your county. A lot of them have free or low cost types of classes also.
Mhm.
So I know, I think some of the easiest things to grow, like I know greens or herbs are really easy to grow in
Right,
your kitchen, right?
but radishes are probably the easiest thing in the world to grow.
Oh, are they really?
Yes, you just put a few seeds in the ground.
Uh-huh.
And I tell people, don't put one seed at a time when you do radishes. Grab a pinch and just
Right.
throw a bunch. And then when you pick them, you pick the bunch. So you get a crop like every 2.5 weeks. It's
Oh,
amazing.
wow. Oh,
And
wow.
people don't realize you can eat the greens on a lot of these crops. You can eat the greens on
Yes.
beets, on radishes, parsnips, things like that. You can eat.
Yeah, carrots, you can make pesto out of the
My
greens
wife does that.
from the tops of carrots and the turnips. I
Mhm.
do the turnips also. Turnips are easy. I find them easy to grow
They are
also.
very easy
Yeah,
to grow.
they're easy to.
Lettuces, spinach grows very easy.
Yes.
All your lettuces grow easy. Things, things that take a little more time that you want to start off with seedlings. I always find it's better to, when you get your tomato plants, your eggplant, and your peppers, go to
Yeah.
the garden center and get a nice set of 4 plants or 6 plants, because sometimes starting from seed with them, unless your temperatures are correct and everything's correct, they may get stunted or leggy, and they may not grow properly.
So yeah, and the one thing I found are it seems like certain plants don't like other plants, so you have to be careful what
Yes,
you grow
companion
really close
planting.
together, right?
Yes, if you go online and you look, just put in companion planting, and they will give you all the information that you need about how to, which plants like to grow next to each other. For example,
Exactly.
tomato plants like carrots near them, so or onions, things like that.
Yes.
And they
Yes. Yes.
explain why, because of the gases that are shared and such.
Exactly. Yeah, I learned that when I was growing a lot of herbs all together, and I found out I don't think a lot of plants like rosemary, or was it oregano, and I had to
Mhm.
kind of grow some apart from the
Yes,
others.
yes.
So,
Mhm.
but it's kind of funny. But yes, you can find that online. Definitely, so much info you can find online. So tell us about, if you want to talk a little bit, can people visit the farm, Brian?
Absolutely,
Why not?
absolutely. We welcome it with visitors all season long. We like to take them out and show them what we're doing and how it's done.
Uh-huh.
At some point, once we get our greenhouse finished, we may be running some classes up there too, because people are
Wow.
asking me. We do the talks, as you know, and
Yes.
so far this year, I have 38 talks booked already.
Oh my
Because
goodness.
everybody wants the information, and I have so many
Yes.
people who have offered to volunteer to work at the farm and to come up
Yes.
and visit the farm. So it's a good way to get an introduction to it, so you kind of see, of course, on a larger scale what we're doing. But if you scale
Yes.
it down to, especially if they go in our greenhouse, that'll give them more of a sense of what a garden's like. 'Cause
Exactly. And I know in the past you have sent me booklets. So can
Mhm.
I put those booklets on my website? Now we have the
Yes,
marialiberati-show.com. Can we put those? I'll tell everybody, yes.
absolutely.
So we'll have,
I will send you the current versions, and we have many more that we've added.
oh, okay.
You know.
So I'll put some booklets online that you'll be able to upload or download, whatever that is.
Mhm. Yes, yes,
So you'll
yes.
get some more information. And do you tell us your website? Do you have a website where people
Oh,
can
yeah,
find
just
that
it's
page?
very simple. BraccoFarms.com, Bracco farms.com.
You list your events on there?
Yes, we have a page called Farm Talks page where they're
Okay.
all listed. So I mean, we're getting so many. It's not, it used to be mostly libraries. Now
Uh-huh.
it's garden clubs, wellness centers, churches.
Uh-huh.
So, and they just want to make people aware of what's needed. What's
Exactly.
how necessary this is, and it's all, so, as you know, it's very therapeutic too.
Yes,
It's
it
part
is.
of our collective memory as human beings. It's part of our history. So that's
Yes.
why we go back to it, because we are drawn to it.
Exactly right. And there's so many health benefits, not only the healthy, no pesticide foods that you're eating, but also it's a very therapeutic activity to do,
Mhm.
growing your own things, whether it's just one plant or many. It's just really therapeutic. Well,
Mhm.
that's great. So it's braccofarms.com. Is that where people can find you?
That's right. And our
And
email address is there. Everything's there. Our phone, whatever they want, they can call us, they can email us, they can
yes,
write to us if they want to.
yes, and I definitely recommend a visit. I haven't gotten a chance to visit, but I know it's one of my plans to try and
Mhm.
get out there too, to visit you there. I'd love to see that. Anthony, thank you so much. I'm sure we'll be having you back again.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you so much for having us this morning.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Maria Liberati Show, and thanks as always to my producer, Britton Roselle, and this week's guest, Anthony Bracco from Bracco Farms. And look to the marialiberattishow.com. In the next couple of days, we will have some information that Anthony's providing us for my listeners, especially on how to have your own vegetable garden
and different tips on gardening. So please look for that. And also just a reminder that I'll be hosting a 4-course Italian-themed wine pairing dinner at the Ridgewood Winery in Bechtelsville, Pennsylvania on Sunday, May 7th from 1 to 4 p.m. And I will be preparing and serving 4 courses from some of my award-winning books, the Basic Art of Italian Cooking book series, and we'll be pairing that with some of the award-winning wines at the Ridgewood Winery. And you can register. Registration is limited. You can register for that event and get tickets at eventbrite.com. And as always, if you have any questions on this event, you can email us at info@marialiberati.com. And a reminder that on Sunday, April 30th, I will be doing our first live broadcast of the Maria Liberati Show from the Philitalia International Gala at the Overbrook Country Club in Villanova, Pennsylvania. And you can get tickets to that event. There will be some great food there. You can get tickets to that event at the Philitalia International website. And as always, you can find me at marialiberati.com. You can find my Gourmand World Award-winning book series there, as well as artoflivingprimamedia.com. And you can also find me on Instagram at Maria Liberati, on Facebook at Chef Maria Liberati, on Pinterest at Maria Liberati, on Twitter at Maria Liberati, on my Roku channel, The Basic Art of Italian Cooking by Maria Liberati, my YouTube channel, which is The Maria Liberati Show, my Vimeo channel, which is Maria Liberati. And hope to see you at the events coming up, as mentioned. Hope to see you there. And until next time, peace, love, and pasta.